Okay, Sagittarius, this one is for you. Okay, this is Tarot Lumination with your love and relationship report for December 2017, and that's you, Sagittarius. Okay, so cards were already well shuffled in advance. We're just going to go to the last second so that you're a witness. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, not even any reversals. Sorry about that. It's just trying to keep it very, very simple for you guys. In a very, let's say, fungible world. All right, so we're going to go on the assumption that there's you, there's a significant other, chosen other, and then there's the relationship itself. And in a healthy, loving relationship, the relationship is very solid and strong, and both parties relate through the relationship, and they invest in the relationship, and they maintain the relationship. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So, you know the drill. You've done it before. Watch your sun, moon, and rising. That's the protocols. It seems to work. And also do the cross-watching so you can spy on the others. Ha 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 ha. Da, 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 da. All right, Sagittarius, you know what's happening. This is December, and it's the end of that 3-year, whatever, 2-year, 2.5-year cycle. It's over. Starting at the end of this month and into the next year, 2018, Saturn is leaving your sign. Yay! Whoa! And moving into Capricorn. Good luck, Capricorn. Oops, no flyers, no jumpers. Sorry about that. So what else? Yeah, Sagittarius, this is kind of your month too. You know, there's a full moon, Gemini moon, Sagittarius sun, and then there's a big new moon right towards the end of the month. You know, all that solstice time, somewhere around there. So it's kind of a big deal month for you, Sagittarius, in every aspect, not just love and relationships. So let's see what's going on. Let's see. Oh yeah, with also the Jupiter. I don't want to get too much into that stuff, but watch the Jupiter and Scorpio video playlists, okay? It's really important right now. It's going through your 12th house, spiritual aspects of your being. And there's deep, deep soul healing, deep transformational changes and healings going on there at the deep soul level, okay? That's for you, Sagittarius. All right, here we go. Cards are shuffled. You saw that. You saw all of that. All right, here we go. Going to cut. I like to do big, wide cuts to really break up the deck, okay? So we don't get any funny little pockets of leftovers. All right, let's have a look. So this would be your energy, all right, Sag? This would be a significant other, a chosen one. It's a person of interest. No, it's more than that. This is something ongoing. Going deep into you, Sagittarius, going deep into the other, then going into the core itself of the relationship, okay? Can you see that? I'm trying to make it look like a bowl. That would be the crucible, and a crucible is a very powerful, durable container. They use them in science experiments where amazingly stressful things can happen without the container falling apart. So it allows the amazing things to happen in relationships to happen without the relationship falling apart. But that has to be deliberate, a chosen relationship where you understand there's you, the other, and the relationship itself that has its own integrity, its own identity, its own energy, and you invest in that. Okay, so this would be the momentum, you know, where's it all going kind of thing. And then under here, it's more like circumstantial energy, the weather, it's just there. And you're going to make the best of it, Sagittarius. You know, it's not going to own you. If it's really challenging, you're still going to make the best of it. If it's really sweet and comfortable, you're still going to make the best of it, okay? You're not going to let it disturb you. All right, so what you have is the little Six of Cups. So Sagittarius, it might be that you are coming to an awareness that either it's very obvious or maybe it's very subtle. You might be dealing with a soulmate relationship here, not just like a mechanical relationship where I love you, you love me, I dig you, you dig me, we're from the same like tribe, and we have all these matching things. Let's get married and hook up and do all the conventional stuff because my best friends did it and your best friends did it. Okay? No, this is more than that. Sagittarius, this is on the understanding that right now in December, there's an awareness that you're dealing with a love at the very core levels of the soul, okay? And there might be an awareness. Sometimes this happens where people literally feel it in their bones. Like, I've known you before. I know you. I have no idea how I know you, but I know you. And this is just how it is for us. And we've just reconnected in this lifetime to continue from where we left off. Sometimes that can be very beautiful. It can also be very challenging. Soulmate relationships aren't automatically just wonderful, like gooey romances. No, but there is an awful lot of love here. There's an awful lot of love invested. It's historical. It's from the past. It's something that is deeply, let's say, built into the relationship. In very loving ways. Okay, it's deliberate. It's this energy wouldn't be here without the deliberate decisions of both parties to invest in a loving relationship in a way that works out. Like, honey, what can I do for you? And then they're like, honey, well, what can I do for you? Because I love you and I love you, and that's what's good for us in the relationship. It's not, what can I get out of you? What are you trying to get out of me? It's not that at all. Okay. We're looking at the good stuff here. This is the good stuff. All right, Sagittarius, what's going on with you? Woo! Okay, so let's not get too carried away here, with the Emperor. We're talking about absolute power. So Sagittarius, maybe you're feeling it. Maybe you're thinking, this is my time, and I'm going to make the best of it, and yahoo, thank goodness that whole Saturn thing is over. But it might put you in a position where you've realized, like, you've peaked. You're peaking. Like, you got through it. You actually made it. Wow. How the heck did I do that? I actually survived 2.5+ years of Saturn in Sagittarius. And it might have been very, very grueling. And you might be a completely new person now than you were 2.5 years ago. And it might have been very, very tough. But it might have happened in a context or in a way that was perhaps buffered or softened by a loving relationship dynamic where these profound changes could occur to the point where you can actually feel as though like you're the boss of the bosses. But this is more you and your energy. It's not, I don't feel that this is about you lording it over other people, because the energy of the Emperor can be sometimes pretty extreme or pretty absolute, or almost to the point of ruthlessness, but just doing what has to be done. The Emperor is perfectly okay being the Emperor and just doing what has to be done to, let's say, maintain the integrity and the stability of the most important things in their world. Whether you're male or female, younger and older, doesn't really matter here. It's all about like the heroic, this is kind of very heroic energy. That's what I feel. And the reason I'm thinking heroic is because it takes so much to live through a Saturn cycle when it's absolutely right in your face like that. And then to come out the other side still functional, that's amazing. But hopefully you come out the other side having learned so much and attained so much and reached new levels of mastery of self to the point where you do feel like literally the Emperor, where like, I can do no wrong. Now, of course, you don't want to let that go to your head, because that can be very isolating in terms of relationships, okay? You don't want to mess up all the good stuff because you've got the good stuff there. The Emperor makes decisions that are in some ways utterly self-serving, but it's also in the understanding that they do represent like an empire, So what's good for the Emperor is good for the empire. It's an awkward subject because you're starting getting into the energy of monarchy, and it's great when you have a king or a queen or a monarch and they're benevolent. But there's nothing worse than a poor monarch who is arrogant or out of control or immature or irresponsible. So that's the downside of monarchy at the highest levels. It's like, it's great. It's awesome when it works, but it's awful when it doesn't. So maybe you're dealing with that kind of energy, Sagittarius, where you're starting to feel your own awesomeness, but also the awareness about how easy it can be to mess up by, let's say, indulging in your own awesomeness. And that can be really alienating for you and yourself in significant relationships. I'm just saying, okay? But this is otherwise awesome energy to be able to have that and own that and maintain that and carry that with such dignity. And let's have a look at the other. Okay, whoa, another major arcana. So you might be dealing with someone, Sagittarius, who in their own way is going through a very, very different experience than you. And it might be very good. With the death card here, it's almost like the energy, well, it is the energy of transformational healing. It may not be comfortable. That's the thing. It's just like a lot of people like status quo. They like what works. Like, why mess with it if it doesn't, if it's working? Some people like and prefer to just maintain facades. They prefer to live in illusions, play roles, act the part, do what's supposed to be done, make no decisions, just kind of go along to get along, that kind of thing. But that can be a very, very, let's say, effective way to long-term eventual ruination in a relationship. And so what might be happening is that you, Sagittarius, you're just going off being you and your own awesomeness in the context of a significant relationship, whereas at the same time, you're relating to someone who's going through these deep transformations inside of themselves as a result of the relationship. That's what I'm feeling. It's not just themselves on their own. I feel that they are going through a lot of significant transformation themselves, but I think a lot of it is directly integral to the relationship. And that could be quite something for you to witness, and okay for you to maintain your, let's say, authority, power, dignity, and sovereignty of self to absolute limits here while they go through their massive transformations, because they might really, really need you to be all of this. In other words, you, Sagittarius, need to be this way for the significant other who might be going through some profound transformations that amounts to transformational healing at the deep soul level, which can be very, very unsettling for a significant other. It can also be amazing. It just depends how they respond to, let's say, circumstantial energy. Okay, circumstantial energy, which could be very, very sweet. In other words, something very sweet and soulful could be happening here. It could be very transformational, but it could be transformational in ways that you actually feel it. You know, the significant other here might be thinking, oh my gosh, this is something I've dreamed of and wished of for a long time. Having a soulmate who really is all of that for me, well, I get to be me and transform and turn into the new me over here. That's beautiful. That's like the ultimate expression of a truly loving soulmate relationship, where you really, truly are there for each other. You're investing in each other. You're always on a daily basis checking in with each other, asking like, what can I do for you? I love you so much. If I'm out of whack, let me know. And the same thing. Honey, I'm going through some tremendous transformation right now, and it's scary, but it's also beautiful. I love you for taking care of me, watching over me, and being the ultimate master while I do this, because this is very important for me, your significant other. And I love you like I've never done before, and we probably knew each other in another lifetime, and that's beautiful. Okay. So, going deeper, let's have a look at you. Boom. Okay. Well, what I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius, is that you're putting on a really, really good show. It's fantastic. You've done a fantastic job of getting through all of this, and you're going to be heading into this new period where Saturn is going to be entering your astrological second house of value and values, money and things like that. And a lot of people feel things, you know, some days, weeks, months in advance before it actually starts to happen. So my feeling here with the Moon card is that even though you're doing a great job of enduring to the very last moments, the 29th degree of Saturn and Sagittarius, and you're holding yourself up with great effect, let's put it that way, which is great for the significant other, especially if you feel that you're in a profound soulmate type relationship. That's awesome. But deep down, you might be quaking in your boots because you know that there are huge changes coming up for you, Sagittarius. Potentially big, scary changes, because when Saturn moves, it changes everything. And it's moving into that second house, which is going to be very much to do with like money, things like money, other people's money, but mostly your money, your values, your worth, your gifts, your talents, all coming under the spotlight, under the scrutiny of Saturn. That teaching learning experience where there's nothing really gained or rewarded until you live through that cycle. So it's a 3-year cycle, and you might be starting to quake a little bit like, wow, I just got through Saturn and Sagittarius, thank you very much. And now you're telling me at your Lumination, I've got 3 years ahead of Sagittarius and Capricorn? Excuse me. And this male, female, older, younger, no matter. That could make you quake in your boots, because that's touching your physical reality, your body, your worth, your self-worth, your, like, you might, for all this awesomeness, you might start to suddenly feel quaking, like, oh, wait a minute, am I really that awesome? And like, well, how much do I have to learn? Well, there's a 3-year cycle coming up. And it might make you feel a little bit daunted, a little bit scared, a little bit wobbly, but you will handle it. For sure you will handle it. There's no question about it. There's nowhere else to go. This is the only pathway through. And yeah, you might have to rely on things like intuition and divine guidance in ways that you've never had to do before, and learn and learn and learn and learn through challenge, 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 challenge. But that's how we grow. That's how we evolve. In the context of relationships as well, not just you on your own trippy journey. Let's have a look at deep down inside of them. Yay! So, you know, some people call this the ultimate happiness card. This is almost like, my feeling, it's almost like rejoice, okay? It's almost like for both of you, but this, remember, this is your reading, Sagittarius. It's not a couple's reading. There's not Sagittarius and then significant other over there across the desk of Tarot Illumination. It's you. It's all about you, but this is the reflection that you get from a dear significant other. So your dear significant other, who might be going through these massive transformational changes, which, let's say, translate into transformational healing, which is ultimately the best thing that could happen. It could leave this like deep internal sense of satisfaction and happiness at the core level, where you feel it and know it and own it in your guts, and it is something that can be shared. And it's, to me, this feels like a very beautiful card to have in this position, because to me it's like an affirmation without having to have any really outward obvious expressions of love, but more to do with that deep internal knowingness of love, that you, Sagittarius, are very lucky to be with this person, and they are very lucky to be with you, and they are really feeling it at the deep core soulmate level, because there's a lot that might have happened to this significant other that they could not have endured without you, Sagittarius. So to them, you are a gift of happiness. You are the embodiment of deep soulmate love, which, when it's on a good day, feels truly, truly joyful. They might not be shouting that to everybody on the street, but it's like pumping out of their heart. So I feel that there is a lot of love going on here, Sagittarius, between you and a significant other. It just might be happening below the surface, because there's an awful lot of big shuffling and changes going on the surface. But I feel that deep down, there's a lot going here. And I feel that this significant other here for you, Sagittarius, is fully committed to you in your own new journey that's coming up. It's almost like they are looking at you as saying, thank you so much, dear Sag. I love you so, so much. Thanks for being here for me. I'm now going to be here for you as you go through this. Yay. Yourself. Whoopee. You know, like, like you were there for me. Honey, you were there for me. Thank you so much. I love you so much. And now I'm going to be here for you. Thank you so much. Let's have a look at the core. What are we looking at? Yeah. New opportunities. Bam. Now, you know, with the energy of opportunities, Ace of Swords, all aces, to me, it's all about divine opportunity. This energy would not arrive or be here unless you guys deserved it. That's what I feel here. And I don't think this is just you. I mean, it is your reading, so this would be the Ace of Swords for you, Sagittarius, coming more into your power, but more through a different direction now, because by the end of December, everything's going to shift and change to having new perspectives, new truths, new awakenings, new understandings, creating new values, creating new knowledge, absorbing new knowledge, absorbing higher knowledge, higher consciousness, wisdom, and so on, and incorporating that into your being, actually bringing it into the core of the relationship as a new ingredient, as part of the infrastructure of the relationship going forward for possibly years to come. That's what I'm feeling here, okay? Let's have a look. Where does this take us? Okay. Okay, don't be scared of this. I know everybody thinks, oh no, it's the divorce card. No, I don't feel that here at all. I feel this is very much to do with refinement, processing, refinement, purifications, and doing what has to be done in the context of a significant relation to take it to the next level. So that, for example, let's say, dear Sagittarius, you are all this awesomeness here, and you do have a significant other that you would classify as a soulmate. Great, that's wonderful. And let's say you've been through your 3 years, 2.5 years of goop, and they've been through all of their stuff, but you're still hanging strong, you know, you're still there. And yeah, you're scared of what's approaching, but you know it and you feel it, and you can handle it. And luckily for you, Sagittarius, because being so optimistic by nature, see it as a golden opportunity. And I see it as an opportunity to refine your act. I see this as a really long-term thing here, like the 3-year trajectory. I know it's an awful lot to stuff into one tiny little 1-month relationship, but that's what I'm feeling here, okay? Can't help it. I need to call it out if I feel that. And it's about very gracefully saying, no, 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 no. Enough of this, whatever. It's like we're taking everything up a notch, honey. It's like, you know what, my dearest, my dear sweet, we are taking everything up a notch, given everything that we've been through the last 2.5 years or whatever. And now that I am facing this new scary, wobbly 3-year cycle coming up, we're not going to go through this half-baked. Thank you very much. And your loved one says, I was hoping you were going to say that because it's been really rough for me, but I couldn't have made this without you. Thank you so much. And you kind of go, yep. So get ready for chapter 2 because it's happening. It's on, man. It's starting right now. Hope you can handle it. And the significant other says, I'm still here. I love you. I love you. And we're going to freaking go for it. And we're just going to take it further. We're going to discipline ourselves. We are going to listen to like what our core heart love energy tells us, what our intuitions tell us about who we are as a loving couple. And we're going to trust that just like we've always done. And we're going to keep doing it. We're going to build history. We're building history here. This kind of energy does not exist unless you build it. That's how you create history. You make history in the moment, okay? And you do that the way this relationship is going. I feel as though it's you, Sagittarius, with a significant other, like hand in hand, making the decision that we're going to take it to the next level, higher truths, higher consciousness. And one way to do that is eliminate anything and everything that is not acceptable, okay? That's what happens in distillation. That's what happens in refinement. That's what happens in fermentation. Okay? Refining and purifying. That's what I feel here. Okay? Onward and upward, Sagittarius. Awesome. Thanks for visiting Tarot Lumination. Oops, sorry. I'll put this over here for you as kind of a reminder. And then you can reinterpret however you want, okay? Like we said, watch your sun, moon, and rising. Do the cross-watching for the significant others as well. I won't tell anybody.